All right, what's good? Let's chop it up again, man. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm in here. Why do I got two of these up? Let me get rid of that. Let me come on over yonder. Yeah, Aaron to get it. Yeah. When Fury wore isotoners, dude, straight up isotoners. So wait for some people to come on in the building. What's going on, New Juice? Got some more Patreon coming up today. Well, I'm working on about 3 Patreon videos, so there's going to be some more up there today. I hope you guys got a chance to catch up with the rest of them that I put up over the last couple weeks. Kane the Bad Guy must have been Fox News exclusive investigation into Tyson Fury. Dog, it is World Boxing News. Dude, I am convinced World Boxing. I don't know how many actual boxing websites you guys watch or pay attention to, because a lot of times people get their news for boxing off of Mr. Shelton. Hey, Fannon, can I become a mod? It's plenty of trolls over here to slay. Mr. Shelton, I would have to go into I can't do any wrenches today because I have to go in and make sure I check to see exactly who I'm giving wrenches to, because I just had a big blow up yesterday, man. Bumpy, what's good, man? Your wrench will be back tomorrow. As soon as the next live stream, I'll make sure I can do it and I can check your channel when I do it, and I'll get you your deal back, man. Hey, Fannon, they really don't want Wilder as champ. Nah, well, look, dude, right now I think that they're just in major damage control because what happened to Tyson Fury was so damaging. I mean, the first thing that happened that was really damaging was the issue with him being sponsored by the mob, the Irish mafia. Because you got to remember, dude, yeah, no worries, Bumpy Thompson. Thrill Hill in the building. What's good, man? What's blazing in sports? What's happening with you, sir? See stars, man. I'm good. I can't complain about anything, man. I got a lot of work today. I walked by my neighbor earlier today, and she said, hey, what happened to that guy that used to follow you around? I was like, huh? Ego showed the gloves might not even have been improved. What the fuck? I read that. I would stay away from that, New Juice. I would stay away from that because I didn't look at his video, but I did look at the gloves and I saw that he did one, because I thought about that before, and I went in and I looked at the regulations, and it's real shady, because even though what's going on, D Calico, even though the gloves not listed there, right? Even though the gloves aren't listed there, and it says Pathin, I think it's Pathin Essentials or something is the glove that says it on there. Genovan Green, elaborate on the Irish mob. Yeah, for sure. Let me finish this thing. And then Jonovan Green, then I'll get to that question. But what Nuke Juice is talking about is that if you look at the Nevada State, if you look at the website for the Nevada State Athletic Commission, they have a list. They have a list of if pale faces will lie about you being from Africa, or is Jesus just pale, why wouldn't they lie about, I don't know what that is, Bright Mind. Yeah, that I don't get that. Anyway, let me explain the situation. With the gloves, it says two things. It says that there's a list that have been approved, but then there's another thing that says for like major fights, major championship fights. It specifically has something in there about custom gloves and a process that you can go through to get your gloves approved. So when I read it, there's nothing that I saw in their description that would lead me to believe that they didn't approve those gloves. They just had a list of gloves that were approved already, but it wasn't clear. So it wasn't clear. Thanks, Dean Willis. It wasn't clear whether or not those were the only gloves that were approved, and that was it. What I think that it meant was that these are a set of gloves that are already approved. And if you use these gloves, then they're going to get approved because they've already been through the process. But if you want to use a different set of gloves, then there's a process to go through where you have to give them, all of this information about the gloves. And then there's a special set of rules for championship fights. And those rules for the championship fights are the ones that apply to Tyson Fury. When they said, so if you need any custom gloves, you got to give it to him ahead of time. You got to do all this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, I thought about that, but I believe that they went through the proper process with those gloves. I do believe that. I believe that they went through the process with those gloves. But I think that the process overlooked and allows people to get over and cheat within the process, because the Nevada State Athletic Commission's rules are not the boxing rules. Those are the rules that just allow for the state to sanction your fight. So there can be some things that they might allow to slip in that is fundamentally against the rules of boxing, like fighting with gloves with no knuckles in the padding. And the thing that I saw about the rules as I read them, and there might be other rules, like more formal set of rules, and there probably are, like more like codified rules, that you might find in like the local regulations or state regulations, right? There might be more things in there. So I just didn't really see anything in that as far as the list of gloves that made it seem like they didn't follow the procedure. I'm pretty sure they did follow the procedure. But the thing that you got to understand is that even if you follow the procedure, that doesn't mean that that the guy couldn't have got him through with no padding on his knuckles, because they talk about the weight. The only rule that I saw that I thought was clearly broken was where they say that there is section 0.4 of the special rules, where they say that you can't do any type of massaging of the glove you can't do any massaging of the glove or pushing or moving padding from the position that it was from after you put the gloves on. That's the one where it's like, it's obvious he did that, because how the fuck else would your shit be flat? You know what I mean? Now, as far as this one, elaborate on the Irish mob. Yeah, Tyson Fury fucked up and cost them about $300 million, because he came out with he ruined the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua scam they had going on in the Middle East, because he jumped out and said something about thanking Daniel Kinahan for being his manager. And once he said that fight just blew up. Like, you've not heard anything more about fights taking place in the Middle East since Tyson Fury said what he said. You've not heard any more conversations about the fight being out in the Middle East. But Javon Green, to elaborate it like you asked me to elaborate on it, Daniel Kinahan is reputed. I'm not saying that he is or he isn't. I don't know for sure, but he is reputed to be a Irish mafia kingpin who is rumored to have be involved in arms deals, weapons sales. I guess you could say smuggling, weapons smuggling, money laundering, drug sales, including, but probably not limited to, heroin, ecstasy, and cocaine. The dude is and so once it came out that he was part of this fight, the Taoiseach, or the president of Ireland, called Bahrain and called the United Arab Emirates and said, hey, we just heard that you're involved in a fight that this guy is involved in organizing. We don't think that that's a smart move. And right after they did that, the Bahrain, the organization KHK separated themselves from it. Sky Sports separated themselves from it. BT Sports Both of the major boxing networks in the UK both walked away from the fight. Bob Arum walked away from Daniel Kinahan and said he's not going to be involved in any more negotiations for Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury really took a big hit with that. I mean, that's a huge hit for Tyson Fury in a monetary sense, because there is no real. Oh yeah, dude, let me tell you for real, man. There's going to be no wrenches handed out in these live streams. So you cornballs, you can make up all the fucking names of other people that you want. You're not getting a fucking wrench, okay? The only way only reason you punks got away with that shit last time was because I'm on this screen where I can't see blue wrenches as they come up. Otherwise, I would have known Bumpy Tom. I wouldn't have given an extra one to a Bumpy Thompson fake. But since I can't see the screen, you're not getting anything. And if anybody sees anybody fake, shoot on sight, dog. Shoot on sight, man. Don't be listening to what Blood Boxing said about my moderators. Love blood to death, dog. But hey, we shoots motherfuckers around here, okay? You come out of pocket, you the fuck up out, okay? That's just what it is around here. So anyway, yeah, so that is the reason. What's going on? What's going on, Sante L? Salute to you, man. Respect, man. Yeah, man. So he talked, he blew it for himself, and he got put up out of there, man. What am I drinking? I'm drinking Topo Chico in honor of my Mexican heritage. I ain't got no Mexican heritage, but I do love some motherfucking enchiladas. So let me assure you, some Texas-made enchiladas with some cold, this is warm, but with some cold Topo Chico. And if you really want something nice, hit your Topo Chico on ice with about 50 milliliters of some prime scotch, and you have yourself a treat, my friend. Gotta love scotch too. Highland Scotch, by the way. Highland Scotch. Prefer it to the Lowland Scotch. Sean Snowden in the building. What's good? Bumpy Thompson. I think they drugged Deontay Wilder with heroin in odorless, powerless form dissolved in water. Deontay Wilder shows all signs of it. Damn, if that was heroin, then you know what's up. Dude, if they doped the motherfucker with heroin, God, dog. But salute, Fannon, salute, champ. This is the real ABN. What's good, man? Oh, I'm going to take y'all all at your word that you the real you. I just ain't handing out no. I ain't handing out no wrenches. I can call Ron Finkley. See, just so y'all know, y'all can't be fucking around with Ron Finkley. Ooh, Ron, I need you to call me again. Ooh, I don't. Hey, I lost my phone, Ronald. You got to call me and let me get your number again. For 9, some believe. What? I got some Balvenie Doublewood and Oban Little Bay on deck. Also got, ooh, you drinking nice. Nuke Juice sipping on something nice, man. CJ said, my wife did crawfish etouffee. Oh, I do. I know y'all don't know nothing about that. Yeah, I do know something about that, dog. I know a whole bunch about that crawfish etouffee. That is my favorite meal. Besides my mother's salmon croquettes, crawfish etouffee. My aunt-in-law, it's my wife's aunt. My wife's aunt, called Auntie Merlene, was the first person to ever met. I was in Opelousas, not in Opelousas, I was in LeBeau, or is it Lafayette? No, I was in Lafayette because she lived in Lafayette. Let me make sure I pronounce that right. Lafayette. Oh, that's what Sheldon, Mr. Sheldon said. I know his number. I just text him. So anyway, now we got 200 people in the building, man. Y'all hit the like button as y'all coming on in the door. We got 200 people in the building. We only got 93 likes. We do have a super chat that I missed, though, and that is so much appreciated. New Juice said, thank you for the clarification, Esquire. No problem, man. You know, I just want to keep, not that I think that there's any, that there's no chance that they played like that. It's just, I think that these guys in the Nevada State Athletic Commission They're a bunch of, I mean, a lot of them by and large are pencil pushers. And, you know, I don't think any of these dudes get paid off. I just think people, I don't know. I'll put it this way. I won't say I don't think they do. There's nothing that I've seen that would make me believe that they were paid off. I just think, you said Lafayette perfectly. That's what's up. Yeah, Lafayette. I know about that Lafayette. People say Lafayette. Nah, dog, it's Lafayette. I just think that there are people that Tyson Fury went to that. He went through the process in Las Vegas 4 times, 3 times prior to that. And so he's a cheater. And because he's a fucking cheater, and his camps are a bunch of fucking cheaters, they went through the process 3 times, and it took them, and they figured out how to do it because they went through the process. That was the 4th time in a row they went through that process. And Bob Arum is consistently having fighters fight underneath him that have loaded gloves. I mean, once a decade for damn sure. You know? I'm sorry, man, I spilled water on myself. That motherfucker, he's got caught 3 times. Is it once a decade? Once in the 80s. Nope, he skipped the 90s, but in the 2000s and the 2010. No, Mr. Shelton, did you two I took wrenches from people yesterday. I went in there and snatched some wrenches. Because if I was like, if I hadn't seen somebody in a while, like a long while, and I wanted, because the guy was switching names around, I wound up taking wrenches from people that I was like, if I'm not sure about you, boop, I had to bop you. So if it was not a name that I recognized, I got him all. I took the wrench. I mean, when I mean recognize like I recognize Jay Real, like I recognize boxing conversations with Reggie Owens. That type of recognize. You're crazy if you think they do not be getting paid off. I'm not crazy if I think that. Ain't shit crazy about that at all. I don't need to pay somebody off to cheat. Dude, I will fuck over a rule with nobody fucking telling me how to do that shit. I know how to read the law. When you know how to read the law, you know what you can do to get over. Most times that shit's not even necessary. If you read the rules, you can fuck somebody over. For example, it says nowhere in that rule, other than that one particular rule about massaging the gloves being illegal, nowhere in there did it say that you needed to have a specific amount of padding over your gloves. So I know that if an inspector is looking at gloves, they're looking at it based on the rules. They're saying, okay, how much does it weigh? How much does it weigh? What is the material? What is the material? Will the material break? Right? Are there any pieces of metal on the outside? Whatever. They're going to go through all of the specs that they need to have. But if they don't have anything about where the glove is supposed to be, where the padding is supposed to be on the glove, then you can get it through the process. All you have to do is get special made gloves for yourself and then have the glove and then have the padding distributed the way you want it. And when it's already like that, the massaging is just going to make it even worse, right? Like people, I don't think that people have to get paid off. For me, you don't have to pay me off for me to cheat you. I promise you. I promise you. All I need to do is know the rule. And if I know the rule, then I'm going to work around the rule, right? Because you can. He said, Nuke Juice definitely searching for a crawfish in New York City today. Oh, you got to look up Creole. You just got to look up Creole restaurant. Cajun restaurants are not going to be as good as the Creole ones because the Cajun ones are the white boys, but their shit is good. But it's not going to be as good as if you can find something that is Creole. You know what I mean? Definitely searching for, okay, that's got my Nuke Juice. Oh, and I'm sorry, man. Let me make sure I ring these chats up, man. Y'all been really good in the super chat, man. I appreciate your support over the last week, man. He said, when you from the boot, you smother fried catfish with Crawfish A2 Faye. Oh Lord, have mercy. Louisiana born. Yes, sir. Fannon, John Doe said, Fannon, did you see how Mauricio tried to scrub Deontay Wilder and Lennox Lewis from the day with the pardon for Jack Johnson? I heard about that, dog. I heard about it, man. Fuck them. Dude, look, dude, fuck the WBC. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the WBC. I sold my car, so I switched to my real picture, Fannon. What's up? Oh, you Jazz, what's up? Oh, you did? Man, I got to go back and look at what your car was. Hold on one second. Please tell me. Nah, fuck all that. I ain't doing that. Yeah, sorry about that. It was work. It was work real quick. Yeah, man, so fuck all the dumb shit. Fuck the WBC. Fuck the WBC. But let me get on what these dudes said on the World Boxing News, man. These dudes are hilarious. They wrote an article that came out today that said that Tyson Fury, at the top, let me make sure I give you the right title of this. And it's worldboxing.net. I read worldboxing.net every day. They really are a good source of information coming out of the UK, but they are completely and utterly in the pocket of whoever it is promoting Tyson Fury. But he said, look, Tyson Fury will face no actions over glove allegations after a member of Deontay Wilder's team made accusations of wrongdoing. How the fuck do you know? How do you know he's not going to face anything? How do you know? Deontay Wilder's not even said anything. And they only dropped 2 bombs. They dropped 2 bombs last week. How do you, first and foremost, the word is has not faced anything yet. That's a word. But now Bob Arum was involved. Somebody getting paid. Dude, Bob Arum will probably bribe the people that he needs to bribe. But once you have a system, but look, you're not going to bribe I don't think, see, people may have done it, but that's not how I would do it. The way that I would do it is I would bribe legislators. I wouldn't bribe the people that are actually looking at the glove. The way that people effectively cheat, the most effective way to cheat is to make what you do that is cheating legal. That's the way you do it. The best way is, again, let me repeat this. The best way to cheat is to make what you're doing legal, right? So Bob Arum is constantly giving money and constantly working with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Dude, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the people that are actually on the board are all political appointees, and they're appointed by the governor. There are people that give a lot of money, to politicians. Because I went and looked at who the commissioners were. None of the commissioners are getting paid. The commissioners, I mean, they might get paid like $6, like $6 a year or some shit like that. They're not really getting paid off that job, but I'm sure they're getting free tickets. They're getting other comps and things associated with it. But these are people that all work within the gaming. They all work within the gaming environment. So what one legislative thing that they did in 2016, and I don't think this is accidental, is that they made the Nevada State Athletic Commission self-funding and took the money from the Nevada State Athletic Commission that the Nevada State Athletic Commission operates under to pay their bill, to pay their water bills, to pay their to pay their bills, to pay their employees. That stuff doesn't come from the state of Nevada anymore. It's all revenue generated. So now versus getting it from the general fund, which means the state of Nevada sticks all this money in the general fund, and then everything is paid out of there, right? Regardless of how much money you make. Okay. All they're looking at is, we believe that we want to support this. We're going to pay it out of this amount of money. And it doesn't matter. Their funding is not connected. to how much the fighters pay them, right? But what did they do in 2016? They connected the funding of the Nevada State Athletic Commission to how much money the promoters are paying the Nevada State Athletic Commission. When they changed that rule, they made the Nevada State Athletic Commission ripe for corruption. Because now, if they don't just penalize the boxer if the boxer gets cut, if the boxer gets caught, they punish themselves if the boxers get caught. Because if the fight doesn't happen, that's money out of their own pocket that they don't get paid. That is significantly different from if you were to fund it out of the general fund and you get paid, and no matter, and they could, any commissioner could walk up and be like, you know what? Nah, I don't like those gloves. Cancel the fight. Right? Cancel the fight. Nope, we're not going to do it. Sorry, refund the tickets and all that. We're not going to let this guy go through with this because his gloves are loaded, right? And he refuses to fight without those gloves. If the Nevada State Athletic Commission was funded from the general fund, that wouldn't be a problem at all. They could just tell you to go fuck off and go away, right? But since they changed the way that the Nevada State Athletic Commission is funded, they have to allow fights to go on or they lose their job. That's why I'm saying you do not have to pay some. Now, in order to get those rules and regulations passed, you got to pay people off. But you know who you got to pay people off? With campaign donations to the people that are running for office. Because when you have money and you give money to them in their fundraisers, and then you attach your support with them pushing agendas that you have, they will then rewrite the laws in a way that benefits you. They'll rewrite the laws in a way that benefits you. So what was illegal will no longer be, what was illegal will no longer be legal. Or if the Nevada State Athletic Commission, in the case of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, what they did was they removed their incentive to catch fighters. They put a heavy disincentive on the Nevada State Athletic Commission. They put a significant disincentive on the Nevada State Athletic Commission and a disincentive to catch fighters with anything. Because if you catch a fighter like Tyson Fury, right, with loaded gloves, then Tyson Fury gets suspended by the state of Nevada. When you catch Canelo Alvarez gets caught, he gets suspended from the Nevada State Athletic Commission. If they suspend those fighters, who else is going to fight in Nevada that's going to be able to make enough money to cover their operating expenses? Their operating expenses are $550,000 a year. $550,000 budget that they have to cover. They get 2% of the gate. 2% of Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder's gate paid their operating costs for an entire year. But you will not cover your operating costs on fights like the ESPN fight cards that are going on now. They're not there because there's no gate. What's your gate receipt when there's no crowd? Zero. What's your gate receipt? What's your gate receipt on Tyson Fury's fight when you're giving it when there's only 1,200 people in there, 1,500 people in there? But for a pay-per-view event, and see, then you say, why would they have a special exception for gloves in championship fights? See what I'm saying? Like, they have rules for everybody else, but then they got a special set of rules related to the gloves for championship fights and special events. Why would they have special rules? They have special rules because that's their money. That's how they're like, this sets of rules is for all of y'all that we don't give a fuck about, and we can suspend you. We can do whatever the fuck we want with you because you're not making enough money for us anyway. But over here, the ones that are going to allow me to continue, like Bob Bennett, the one that's going to allow him to continue to make $100,000 a year, right? And just from that job, and the other people that are being employed to make their hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, right? They're not going to stop those fights because they're not going to put themselves on the unemployment line. They're not going to put themselves on the unemployment line. Michael Johnson, Boxing Talking More, said a group on Twitter is encouraging people to hit Blue's dislike button. That's just engagement, dog. That's just engagement. They've been doing that to Blue, by the way, anyway. Because I got something on my screen where I can see the percentages. Like whenever on my computer, on my YouTube, whenever I look at somebody's channel, I can always see what their like to dislike ratio is. And whenever you do a video about Tyson Fury, there's a bunch of people that inundate your page with a bunch of dislikes. But so what? Because it's engagement any way you go. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah. Big Doe said, Michael Johnson, the joke is on them because Blue Blood even days likes, like or dislike, it's all the same to him. It always says, I think that's what you mean. Yeah, of course. It doesn't make any difference whether you like or dislike. It doesn't matter. It's engagement. You know what I mean? The Twitter protests. Yeah, it's still views, so go ahead and knock yourself out on that. But dude, they'll go to anything, man. But we're about now on to the media. Will y'all please be media and stop being PR agents? Like these guys are PR, public relations. These guys are public relations specialists impersonating boxing media. Impersonating journalists. Because media is just, it's the way that it's delivered to you, right? So like a newspaper is a media, print media, podcasts are another type of media. So when they say that you're the media, they're saying that you are participating, you're communicating your opinion or information about boxing through a medium, right? And a medium is something to pass between me and you. So yes, they are media, right? They are saying what they say through a medium. But what they're doing is public relations. They're not doing journalism, okay? Journalism, the purpose of journalism is to provide people with information that they need to make an informed decision. That's journalism. The purpose of it is to provide information or critiques that are designed to give people information that they do not have or information that they were not aware of to help them develop their own opinion, right? That's what journalism is. What public relations people do is that they take what their customer wants them to share and they put it out there to people in a way, in a manner that is palatable to the people, where they will accept and believe that information. That's public relations. Public relations is trying to convince you of something that their customers want to convince you of. That's why it's the relationship with the public, right? That's what they're saying out their mouths, but it's not journalism. Journalism is to try to give people information that they do not already know, that's not available, that will help them to make a better decision, to help them form their own opinion. The boxing media does not engage by and large in journalism. Do you know who's the people that are involved in journalism right now? Blue Blood Sports TV, Dante's Boxing Nation, Boxing Ego. Those three organizations are involved in journalism because they are out looking for information that you do not have that will help you form your opinion. Have you noticed that none of the, not World Boxing News, not ESPN, not Ring Magazine, not any of these people that I am telling you are not journalism. They are not engaged in journalism. They are engaged in public relations. None of them are talking about this subject, right? When you see the World Boxing News say things in their story with the headline that says this, well, a byline, this, look at what they say here. I'm getting better at sharing my screen. I got to do my entire screen. So, all right, you see this right here? That should be on my full screen. Tyson Fury faces no action over Deontay Wilder glove allegations. Look down here. Tyson Fury cleared. Concluding by condemning those who spread the news, Suleiman said it's very sad to try to take away something from a huge victory, one of the greatest nights in the sport of the century. To try to put a blemish on that event is so irresponsible and stupid. It should not be given any consideration. Well, first of all, I read that, and I'm still wondering where Tyson Fury is being cleared. Where does it say that he was cleared? Here. No, that's just somebody that, and he clearly says it should not be given any consideration. Oh, did I never even shared it, huh? Okay, now I'll share it. There you go. All right. Where is it? Yeah, I didn't share it. Sorry. See that? This is what I'm talking about right here. Tyson Fury cleared. Concluded by, and up here, this is nothing but what Mauricio Suleiman said. It's ridiculous. It's difficult to understand. I was present in both fights. I was in the dressing room in both fights. This, my friend, is a lie. Or no, you know what? It's not a lie now that I read it. That's not a lie. It's just misleading. Dude, this dude is a snake, high order snake. It's ridiculous. It's difficult to understand. Hold on. Said the very notion of Tyson Fury cheating would not be contemplated. Look here, man. How the fuck is that journalism? How the fuck is that reasonable? Mauricio Suleiman said the very notion of Fury cheating would not be contemplated. So if somebody tells Mauricio Suleiman, this is amazing. I can't believe that I didn't do it. I should do a video on that shit. That shit is amazing that he would say this. The very notion of Tyson Fury could not be compensated. This motherfucker was suspended for 2 years for cheating. This dude was for 2 years. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Dior Inc. Ha ha, I ain't crying, dog. I'm throwing you out. Bye. I ain't crying, dog. I'm tripping on you fucking liars, dude. Public service announcement. Fuck Dillian White, Santa Cruz, and the WB. Okay, yeah, I did. I shared it eventually. Exactly. You have to be investigated in order to be cleared. Like, first of all, he said the notion that this guy was cheating will not be considered. The notion that Tyson Fury would cheat will not be considered. A man that was suspended for performance enhancing drugs for 2 years, been caught in the ring with a thumb detached from his glove. A guy that Eddie Cotton, Hall of Fame referee, rest in peace, said was the dirtiest fighter that he had ever seen, and that he had refereed Andrew Galata on multiple occasions. Mauricio Suleiman, according to this, said they would not consider the notion that Tyson Fury cheated. Who the fuck is Tyson Fury to deserve that? There is nobody in boxing that deserves that. You are a completely irresponsible person who should never be allowed to work in the position that you're worked in if you will not even consider the notion that somebody cheated. You don't deserve, dude, you shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a boxing ring if you would not consider the idea, not consider the notion. Now look, notion is not a definitive argument. A notion is a passing idea, right? I have a notion. That means the notion comes before investigation, right? You have to have a suspicion, right? You have a notion, turns into a suspicion, and you investigate it. Maurice, this guy is saying that, and these people think they deserve to be in the sport of boxing, or that you guys should be taking these people serious. Dude, I don't care what anybody says. When somebody in boxing is accused of cheating, what you're supposed to do is investigate it. You don't brush it off. You don't brush it off because it's Tyson Fury. Well, no. And look what he says. This fight is too big to be investigated. This motherfucker is crooked, and he doesn't even know how to lie about it properly. Listen to the words this dude is using. Shit's amazing. It's amazing. At no moment in either fight I saw anything that looked suspicious whatsoever. After the fight, they take off their gloves, they're handed to the commission to try and take away something from a huge victory. Why is it a huge victory, dude? One of the greatest nights of the sport of the century. How the fuck do you call that when somebody has how the fuck is that one of the greatest nights in the century? It's a young century, dude. But, dude, we 20 years in, dog. Wow. Wow. Big Doe said, facts, Freddie Rhodes. Oh, no, and I truly believe oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not for me. What's blazed in the sports? That tells me they really wanted Wilder to lose and Fury to win. Fury could have been caught with the hammer and they still cleared. Yeah, dude, because, dude, they got a fucking heroin dealer over there in the UK that wants to put on a $300 million fight for Tyson Fury, and the World Boxing Council, WBC, gets a cut. Dude, Mr. Shelton, I don't think it's racism. I don't. I think it's moneyism. Like, dude, I am not somebody to shy away from somebody not liking somebody because they're black. And I do believe that it comes into play, that they don't want to sell black fighters. I truly believe that the sport of boxing they go out of their way to try to bring up fighters that are not black because they are trying to, on one level, it is a my team versus your team thing, right? So where you have like regular boxing fans, right? Boxing, there's a lot of boxing fans that are not involved in the business, the people that are acting like Tyson Fury didn't cheat, I believe race has a lot to do with it. Clearly, because the motherfucker cheated. Stop it. We see it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Just like everybody knows about police brutality. Everybody knows it. The only reason you motherfuckers is not acting like the only reason you're not saying it is because it would put you in an awkward position with the people that are doing it if you said it, right? Like, fuck out of here. You motherfuckers all know that shit. You ain't been surprised at all about it. You just are more scared. You're just scared of the people that are doing it. That's how I see it. Because if you note, there was with this Black Lives Matter thing, there was a protest in a small town, right? A small town with no black people in it whatsoever. And there were school teachers and people that came out and were like, Black Lives Matter, weren't bothering anybody, right? But a biker gang full of people that aren't even from that town drove up on those people that were saying Black Lives Matter and started to walked up, started punching people in the back of the head, right? Punching people as they were speaking in the back of the head, snatching signs out of people, from people, tearing up their signs, intimidating people, right? And these were all European American people. There weren't even any black people around. So I completely believe that Europeans that do not think like that and believe that they know what's going on and they don't want to be involved in it will keep their mouths shut, but won't say anything because they're worried about the pressure that they're going to get from the people that are more than happy to say something about it. Right? Same thing. That's my opinion. That's how I see it. Right? So that's what I see with boxing fans. That there's a group of boxing fans that don't like black fighters. Paulie Malignaggi's one. Put Paulie Malignaggi in that group. If Paulie Malignaggi was with the fighter, he just don't like black fighters. Call it jealousy, call it sick of people winning, whatever it is, right? But that's separate from the people that are making money, okay? The people that are making the money. People that are making the money want to make more money. You know what I mean? They want to make more money. Bob Arum in the back of his mind really does believe that Vasily Lomachenko, because he's got light brown hair and blue eyes and is a European, that he really can sell him to the guys that are watching Conor McGregor and the rest of Ronda Rousey and the rest of the UFC guys. I do believe that he would, but the money at the end of it is for them. I think that's the big thing. And so when Tyson Fury and when you have guys like Daniel Kinahan, and let's just say assume nothing related to whether or not Daniel Kinahan's money is coming in wrong or whatever, but you just say, look, I'm the manager of Tyson Fury. Now Tyson Fury has the WBC belt. I am going to set up a $300 million fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury over in Bahrain. You don't think the WBC, what's the percentage cut of WBC? Don't they get 3% of the purse? What's the WBC's? Somebody tell me so I don't have to do the research on it out here. What exactly is the WBC's, what's their cut? Can somebody tell me what the WBC's cut is? Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that. For sure. Boxing Fans Association, what's going on, man? Can somebody tell me what the purse is? Man, y'all slow on the motherfucking draw. Okay? I'm super slow on the draw. WBC purse percentage. Let's see if it just comes up right away. Nah, they looking up for something. Yeah, somebody gonna have to tell me because it's not really. Oh, 3%. Thank you. So let's do 300 million times 0.03 equals. That's $10 million, homie. That's $10 million. That's a $10 million fee. That's a $10 million fee, Mr. Mauricio Suleiman. $10 million fee for one fight. The WBC, if they have a trilogy, will earn $30 million in sanctioning fees. No wonder they say, why would you want to insult such a big fight, such a historic fight? They're talking about the money. Okay, so when we go back to what Mauricio Suleiman was saying, let's go back and use the word money and see if it starts making sense. To try to take away from something that earns so much money, one of the biggest money nights of the sport of the century, and to try to put a blemish on all that money we made is so irresponsible and stupid, it should not even be given a consideration. Oh, now that makes sense. Trying to take away my opportunity to get $30 million over the next 3 fights in a fight organized by somebody that's highly suspected to be an international crime boss, and to try to enforce a silly rule like an unloaded glove is so irresponsible and so stupid, it should not even be consideration. It should not even be given any consideration. That makes more sense to me. That makes more sense to me, dude. What do you mean non-profit? Man, suck a dick up till you hiccup. Non-profit still pays salaries. What? Dude, non-profits still pay salaries. Let me say that again. Nonprofits still earn money. Only thing that the nonprofit has to do is they don't get taxed, which means they make more money, and they have to have certain amount of that money get paid to programming. And guess what? Mauricio Suleiman is part of the programming. Nonprofit does not mean you don't earn money, dumbass. If that's what you meant. If that's not what you meant, still, I believe that's what the fuck you meant. That the WBC, because they're nonprofit, ain't looking to make money. Dog, profit is the difference between revenue and cost. Okay? That's profit. So if all of the money that you earn is spent up in your costs, then you have no profit. But guess what? You still made the money. NFL is nonprofit. Dog, look, dude, nonprofit, that's all that means. All nonprofit means is that you have to spend all your money that you make. You can't keep. You're not supposed to be able to keep anything left over. That's it. And so people take losses for reasons. So if I have a business and it's a nonprofit, and my nonprofit job is to help you guys understand that Tyson Fury is a cheating motherfucker and these people are trying to cover up and we shouldn't let them get away with it by making people understand very clearly what is going on, right? Say that's my goal. And it's nonprofit. But somebody puts in $1 million super chat. I can pay that to myself as salary. I will pay my personal taxes on the money, but the business did not earn any profit because it's all cost to them. Boy, y'all know y'all full of shit. Next. Oh yeah, all that shit's expenses. Say, for example, you need to buy a belt from somebody. And the belt cost them $100 to make, but you decide to spend $6,000 on it. You ever heard of a kickback? Ever heard of a kickback? For real. B&B said, Fannon, that's why I fucked with you. You be on your Tony Baker. Yeah, I got your ass now, shit. Hell yeah. Dude, let me tell you, dude, these motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere close to my level. Of this type shit, dude, fuck out of here, dude. I've been business for a very, very long time, dog. I understand how nonprofits work. I understand how you can skim fucking money. And I also know how to fuck to cheat, okay? And the best way to cheat is for it to be legal, okay? Bob Arum understands the best way for you to cheat is for the shit to be legal. You just make it legal. Why would you? For example, let's take an example, right? Can I give you, say, yeah, I'm gonna need a Patreon on nonprofits? No worries, man, absolutely. Yeah, or you can call me. Much love in that super chat, but I'll do it. That's why you laundered money. I didn't launder no money. That money, you talking about that? You talking about that accusation that's out there in them streets on my people? We didn't launder no money. Hell no. Ooh. Some of y'all tried to break into my computer and you just got caught. Bloop. Get your ass from trying to fuck around with my computer, dog. Get the fuck from around trying to fuck with my computer. That shit just said blocked. Fuck around from my computer, dog. Anyway, said the best way to cheat is to be right in front of your freaking face. Now, let me show you, dude. Let me tell you a perfect example of what I'm trying to demonstrate, right? Do you know anybody that's been in jail for doping? Went to jail for selling weed? Just put a 1 if you've ever heard of somebody going to jail for selling weed or heroin. Weed or heroin. You legally laundered money? Nah, dog, I ain't involved in none of that criminal shit, dude. I fucked with some criminal shit for a hot second. And I was like, that heat's too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot in that kitchen. It's too hot in that kitchen. I ain't fucking around. It was too hot in that kitchen. Man, my block was hot. I ain't fucking around with that. That shit, I get motherfucking heebie-jeebies. When my phone just starts crackling up, see, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh no. Hell no. Okay, so you guys have heard of that, right? So, in Las Vegas, there were a bunch of white people that realized that people are making a lot of money selling weed on the street. But they have a problem. It's illegal. So what did they do? Legalize it. Legalize it. Heroin is illegal. So what do? You put it in a pill and call it oxycodone. That's what you do. You make it legal. You make it legal. That's the number one way to cheat. You make the shit legal. Then nobody can say anything to you. If you want to route $11 trillion out of the treasury, you just make it legal. I'm advising you. That's what you do. You make it legal. If you want police officers, right? So you say you want police officers to stop to be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do and beat the piss out you. What do? You make it legal. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want somebody to stop catching police by filming them, what do? You make it illegal. Or you make it legal for them to confiscate your phones. Dude, the legal laws are just rules that people agree to. That's it. These are just rules that people agree to. And if you can get your connection with the people that are making the rules and you can have them rewrite the rules in a way that works for you, that's how you become a criminal. The most effective way to be a crook. And people didn't catch my video, dog, when I did that shit about the New York State Athletic Commission. Like, it's not sexy to talk about self-funding boxing commissions, right? There's nothing sexy about that. You know what I mean? I would say some shit like, hey, well, you know, it's not really the gloves that are the issue. The biggest issue is that the Nevada State Athletic Commission is self-funded. That makes them ripe for that makes them ripe for corruption. Because you are just like the problem with all these black people getting arrested for tickets in these small towns is because there's no money, because that's their only source of money. Right? If the only way that the policemen are going to keep their job is if the city has enough revenue and they need to find the revenue, how are they going to find the revenue? By issuing tickets and issuing fees and issuing fines, giving people tickets for jaywalking, giving people tickets for, arresting people for smoking loose cigarettes. One of the main reasons. Do you block Fannon or you want to debate? I block. That's an easy question. Give me any more easy questions like that? BFTB is the debate channel over here. Okay. What the fuck do you mean? Do I block or I debate? Both. With you, I block though. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm on one right now. So cats don't understand. Like, that's the fundamental thing, right? If you don't trying to find people, if you just look for where people break the law, right, you're going to miss a lot of shit. You can look at when they're following the law and find that they're crooks too, right? That's the whole thing with Bill Clinton, deregulation. That's deregulation. What's a regulation? A regulation is a rule. So when they deregulated Wall Street, they eliminated all the rules. When you eliminate all the rules, everything that was illegal is now legal. So the same people would have been doing the same thing 5 years ago, right? 5 years before deregulation, should have been going to jail. But instead of saying, let's be sneaky about it, let's be sneaky and see if we can sneak this in. No, you just make the shit legal. How do you make the shit legal? You get your hands on politicians and you get your hands on commissioners, right? Commissioners who write the bylaws to the Nevada State Athletic Commission. That's how you do it. So that's why I'm saying, fuck all these people who are talking about rules. This rule. Dude, we know the rules of boxing. You're talking about Nevada State Athletic Commission rules to get gloves in the ring. I'm talking about the rules of fucking boxing. The one that says you are not supposed to have knuckles exposed on your fucking glove. The ones that we know about. Not the ones that are regulated by some commission that Bob Arum can who lives in Vegas. Doesn't Bob Arum live in Vegas? Right? Some politician that lives in the same hometown as Bob Arum, right, makes up. No, dude, they just changed the rules to make it legal. That doesn't make Tyson Fury any more ethical. It's high. Is it legal? It could be. Is it highly ethical, unethical, and immoral? Yes. Is it against the letter of the law? Maybe not. Is it against the spirit of the law? 190 motherfucking %. That shit is against the spirit of the law. The reason that the shit was ever started, that there's gloves on their fucking hands, is to keep somebody from getting hit with knuckles or somebody breaking their knuckles hitting somebody. That's the rule. But when you write all of these other sub rules and exceptions and switches and bitches and you write all that other shit, people can get away with a whole lot of shit, and they do it because they have lawyers. We write the laws. We write them. And that's why I'm saying, dog, I don't need to do something illegal to cheat you. Shit, I will cheat if I had my mind to it, I could cheat the fuck out of you and it would be completely legal. 100% legal. Nothing out of the ordinary. But then when the shit hits the fan and the fan blows all that shit all over on your face, and I'm sitting here like, you can't even get out this deal. You can't even get out this deal. I said right here, if you want to get out this deal anytime before 3 years, you got to pay me the total value of the contract. My bad, you can't read. But yeah, I know we've only been in business for 2 weeks and I only did the job one time and this contract's for 3 years. But it says right there in the termination clause, it says right there, you got to pay me $3,000 a month for the next 3 years. And if you want to get out of it earlier, you got to pay off the total sum of value of the contract. So you thinking, oh, Fannon didn't do the job, I can just fire him. No. Fannon wrote it so that you're guaranteed to give me that entire value of that contract, homie. You got to pay up. Period. And that would be completely legal. But you just don't know what the fuck you're reading, so people get over on you. I deal with people that get shit wool pulled over their eyes legally all the fucking time. So you guys pointing to the boxing commission? What about the rules of boxing? What about the rules of boxing? Do the Queensberry rules come into play anywhere around here? Right? Because you guys are talking about the WBC. The WBC is a boxing commission. They are not boxing. The Nevada State Athletic Commission covers all kinds of sports. Combat sports is their big one, but they're still not the sport of boxing. The fans and the boxers and the fighters know what's right and wrong, and getting in that ring with those gloves like that, Tyson Fury knew he was cheating. Tyson Fury knew he was taking advantage, and he was probably taking advantage of rules that are there to be taken advantage of. Right? So now Deontay Wilder can say, okay, we're going to fight in Vegas. Good to know. So I get the same gloves he gets. I get to have my knuckles exposed. Cool. I never knew that I could legally fight somebody and push all the padding off my knuckles. Good to know, Las Vegas, because now let's get it cracking. We don't have any more boxing in Las Vegas. We got bare knuckle fighting. Now, listen to what there's a video that was up today with that Dante's Boxing Nation put up. And he replayed an interview of Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I don't think that there's been anything that I've seen. I know that Blue Blood probably had the same interview on before. I've seen the interview on before. A lot of the videographer channel, I call these guys videography channels, kind of like hybrid videography channels, where they do interviews and they show you like films, fight films or whatever. But when they showed that particular clip and you listen to Floyd Mayweather Jr. answering questions, that's somebody that lives in Vegas. That's somebody that goes to fights and has been involved in fights in Vegas for a very long time. Because he said, look, man, fuck all these. I ain't talking about the commission. This is what he said. I'm not talking about the commission. Fine and dandy with whatever the commission rules are, whatever. I'm not talking about the commission. I'm talking about these gloves with no padding on the knuckle. And I'm the A side. That's what he said. I'm the money man, and I'm not fucking fighting with this guy having gloves that do not have padding on it. That right there tells you the dynamic, right? Because Floyd Mayweather Jr. is saying, look, the sanctioning body, I don't care if the sanctioning body approved those gloves, because the sanctioning bodies did approve Marcos Maidana's glove. And you can see, because I got a picture of it right here. You can see that there ain't no padding in this glove. You can see, look at that. That's Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s hand. These are the gloves that he wanted to fight in. Dude, you can tell that shit is thin as hell. Just with the way he pushed his finger down, that there's nothing there. But they approved it. And if Floyd, hold on one second. Sorry, I got to do one thing because I don't want to miss anything. Sometimes this stuff goes kind of slow. Okay, cool. Didn't miss anything. So Deontay Wilder, Floyd Mayweather didn't get those gloves with no fucking padding on them put out because of the rules. He made them change because he had enough money to pay Marcos Maidana. And he had to pay Marcus Maidana something like $1 million to not use loaded gloves in the state of Nevada. Do you see how crazy that is? Floyd Mayweather Jr., from my understanding, had to pay over $1 million so that Marcus Maidana would not fight with loaded gloves in the state of Nevada. Because loaded gloves are legal in the state of Nevada. Because that's what you guys are missing here. Loaded gloves are legal in Las Vegas. That's the only conclusion that I can make coming off of this. Mr. Shelton, much love in that super chat, man. Loaded gloves are legal. And that's what Mauricio Sulaiman is telling you. That is what the Nevada State Athletic Commission is telling you. That, yeah, okay, we know that there's knuckles. We know that we can see the knuckles, but that's legal. All we know is the only regulation that we have about it is that we approve it and that it weighs within the required amount. This glove weighs 10 ounces. It doesn't have defective materials in it. It doesn't have metal hanging out of it. Whatever it is. No, they bad. They can't read for 9. Yeah, motherfuckers, sometimes people can't read. I know that. That's kind of tough, dog, not to be able to read. Mr. Sheldon said, Fannon sent you super chat. I got your super chat, didn't I? Oh, it said cost him $1.5 million. Yeah. So that tells you right there, dude, because those are loaded gloves, man. Those gloves have no padding on them. And Floyd was like, nah, that's a loaded glove. Why would you? And then he goes into saying that Top Rank, he's like, dude, that's a Top Rank fighter too. Top Rank has been getting fighters in with loaded gloves into Vegas. Dude, I believe that they probably got caught 1 out of 100 times. They probably got caught 1 out of 100 times with this shit. And then they just made the shit legal. Like, oh, damn, dog. We can't get caught with no more of this loaded glove shit. You know, with people, we can't get caught. We can't get caught with all this plaster of Paris shit. They caught on to that. So what we'll do is we'll now move to custom gloves with the padding distributed away from the knuckles. So yeah, it might be a little bit more dangerous for our fighters' knuckles, right? They might break their hand. There's a potential that they could break their hand. You know, it wouldn't be as good as, you know, the way we like to do it, which is we really like the plaster of Paris, because the plaster of Paris allows me to tape your hands fully, to pad your hand, but at the same time get the benefit of the knuckles, right? So we would prefer if we could just do like we always did, plaster of Paris. We get one of these niggas in the ring that we don't think we can beat. We just take the padding and we just fucking put some plaster of Paris in there, and all of a sudden, power neutralized, right? We think we're in a knife fight. We might lose a knife fight, so let's bring a gun, right? That's what Tyson Fury did. Tyson Fury brought a gun to a knife fight. He brought a gun to a knife fight. And they don't have any problem with it. Tyson Fury ain't got no power, dude. Dude, I just saw an interview. That came up with the manager of Klitschko. Was basically like on top of saying, man, Tyson Fury can do all these things in the ring. He's very agile. He moves very well. He's very awkward, very difficult to land a clean shot on him because he'll switch from southpaw to orthodox. So he's very difficult. But the main problem that Tyson Fury has is that he can't punch. He said all that good stuff about Tyson Fury, but ended it with, but his problem is that he can't punch, which is why, if you think about it, that he has all those skills. He has all those skills because he can't punch. Like, you think this motherfucker learned to shift he learned that style for no fucking reason? He learned that style because he can't punch. He learned to fight on the back foot. He fights on the back foot, shifty, making people hold their hands at home. When he gets close, he grabs and holds them. He learned all that because he can't punch. The big punchers, people that are born with the power, they don't start off fighting like that. George Foreman never wasted his time trying to learn to fight on the outside. Oh, I'm George Foreman. Let me box on the outside. Son, stop. Knock his ass out. Now why are you delaying this fight? Fucking around with this guy by boxing from the outside, George. That's not what you're supposed to do, man. You got one punch knockout power in both hands. Go knock the guy out. That's what punchers do. Mike Tyson, Custom Auto didn't say, learn to fight on your back foot, Mike Tyson. For what? Mike, you're 5'10", 250 fucking pounds. You got bowling balls for fists. Go knock his ass out. The fuck are you doing? Why are you playing with your food, dog? You know what I mean? Like, people don't teach guys like that with punching power to fight like Tyson Fury. They teach people that don't have a bunch of punching power to fight like that. Get the fuck out of here. Muhammad Ali didn't fight in an outboxer style because he didn't want to knock your ass out with one punch. You know what I mean? He fights like that because he can't knock you out with one punch. So he just taps you on the top of the head, makes you dizzy, eventually wears you out and knocks you out. Dude, Tyson Fury ain't never seen no power out of Tyson Fury like that. But people are being irresponsible if they think he fucking cheated. Get the fuck out of here. Arce Boxing Life says, salute for now, peace and blessings. Always good, informative content. Thank you, sir. I try. Seen and unseen said, fair fight to me. Yeah, if both fighters come in there with no gloves on like that, then cool. But Tyson Fury snuck it in. He said Fury's style is exhaustive. Yeah, that's what it is. He doesn't have this. And if you had, dude, you're 6'9", 300 pounds. He's already been in the ring. He's got 28 professional fights, 26, 27 professional fights. Never demonstrated any type of power like that except when he held and hit a cruiserweight. When he pinned his head down, let his hand go, and punched at the fucking same time. You even got Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury's in the Deontay Wilder punch. Dude, this nigga holding the guy's head up, literally picking this dude's head up this way while punching this way at the same fucking time. Like, dude, you're such a cheating piece of shit, and they will not admit it. Ugh. Juan Tao the Great said, Fannon, my cousin is here watching. Can you explain what the French fry title is and why there's so many belts? French fry title? I don't know. You mean a franchise title? You're gonna have to ask that question again. Do you mean what the franchise title is? You must have been writing when you were speaking. French fry sounds like franchise. So, all right, so let me explain. The franchise title is a belt that, all right, well, first I got this is kind of tough. There's so many belts because there's so many sanctioning bodies. Sanctioning bodies is there's the WBC, there is the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF. You have a smaller belt that some people, yeah, thank you, franchise title. AKHI uses franchise. I'm not sure what that means. Anyway, let me see. Salute Fannon. Listening in the background today, I realize there's a lot of good information that would, in my opinion, benefit the channel. If you were to post 2 key points in 2 5-minute sections, Vlad TV style, dog, I'd never do videos under 10 minutes, dude. They're like dog, that shit is like a fucking cancer to my channel. Every time I do that shit, dude. I mean, it's good. First of all, you get a bunch of people. I mean, I do longer videos to keep people away. Okay, you know what I mean? I love talking boxing, but I don't love talking boxing to everybody. And if people want to understand, they'll go out of their way to try to understand it. But I appreciate what you're saying, man. Clarification. Aki TV calls the franchise title the French fry belt. Yeah. So anyway, this is what it is. The French fry belt is it's not a championship. It's a designation. And it allows the WBC to keep somebody as a champion without them fighting any mandatories. A mandatory is somebody that you're supposed to fight because they earn their way up there. But there's so many belts because there's so many franchise belts, so many sanctioning bodies, and because there's sanctioning fees associated with every one of the belts. So the more belts there are and the more championship fights there are, the more money the sanctioning bodies make, the more money the promoters make. So pretty much they're just taking what should be a cake cut in 17 pieces, taking the same piece, taking that same cut, taking that same cake that was cut in 17 pieces. Now they're cutting it into 78 pieces. You know what I mean? And they're charging the same price for each piece of cake. That's the best way. That's probably the best way to explain it that I know. You said some real here, Fannon. I like talking boxing, but not with everybody. Yeah, man, I don't fuck with everybody, dude. Like, nah, dude. Nah. You know what I mean? Drink more water. Much love, though, man. I appreciate that support and that super chat, man. And by the way, just so you know, just for the sake of just to be real, you lose money doing 5-minute videos. You lose money giving. And I am a businessman, dude. I'm wired like that. Like boxing's not all about business for me. Like, but it's so it's like not all about that. But the channel and raising money on the channel to do things with the channel, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything that's going to cost me money. You know what I mean? So if I was to break my 10-minute video into 2 5-minute videos, I would lose money. A lot of money. And I would lose a lot of money doing that. So it's just, but there's the payoff that you could have, because you could say, well, maybe what I should do is make smaller videos, but I'll get more subscribers, right? And then I'll get more subscribers. And then because I get more subscribers, I'll get more views. So then eventually I'll get more views, enough views to make up for the fact that a 5-minute video doesn't make any money, right? For me, that doesn't make sense to me. And you'll force yourself into talking about a bunch of shit that you don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? And it's just said Damon Wester, Fannon like a dude that stays to himself like me. Yeah, I mean, I've got my supporters, dude. I'm straight. You know what I mean? I'm straight on my supporters. The only thing that I try to do that I'm working on is I'm trying to do more for the people that already support me and make like, because I know sometimes, dude, I don't necessarily, because I can get very heady, very, very heady. And I know sometimes people, that's not really the taste that everybody has. So, but I understand what you're saying, man. Not make 5-minute videos from scratch. Dude, it just, dog, that shit's a fucking waste of time. Like, I might as well just do a live stream. Because I can actually talk to you. You know what I mean? Let me go back here, though. I got to make sure. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I missed the super chat. And my man, Mr. Shelton. Much love in that super chat, man. Mr. Shelton, I'm not going to forget your super chat ever, dude. I'm on it. I saw it. That's my bad. He says Otto Waller was robbed. Of course he was. Dude, the fact that they let that fight continue tells you some shit was up. That fight should have never got past the 6th round. Fight should have never got past the 6th round. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why there's so many. The best way to say, Mr. Shelton, thank you so much. Much love in that super chat. Yeah, something sounded right about it. I'm not sure what that is. Drink more water. For example, making shit, illegal shit segment from today. You could take that from a live today and post it as a standalone quick take clip. Yeah, now that is something I could do. Oh, Lord, man. You want to make a motherfucker work. I could do that. That's probably a smart thing to do. Now that, you're right. That wouldn't be, that probably would be better. But, I'll think about that, man. That's probably a good deal. I just feel like, I don't know why I'm thinking funny about that, but I could do that. That's a good idea. And actually, I've seen people do that, but I might do that. Yeah, I might do that. That can actually save on some production time. Jeff, the producer, much love in that super chat. Yes, sir. But look, man, I gotta bounce because I am running over the time for my man. KQKC Boxing. Make sure, but that is, now I do understand what you're saying, though, man. Drink more water, you're right. And, hey, shout out to and realize I ain't made no videos dogging out Terrence Crawford in a while, okay? But there is one not coming tomorrow, but there is a Terrence Crawford video coming tomorrow for sure. People call it the French fry title. It's not even a title, dude. But that just tells you right there, the WBC is just full of shit, dude. Much love, Mike 202. Man, they're just full of shit, dude. The WBC they're just full of shit. Completely and utterly full of shit. I have very little respect. Dude, no respect for Mauricio Suleiman. Maybe he's just inept. Because that dude is inept. Inept. And blatantly corrupt. Blatantly. Well, I don't know if it's corrupt. If your purpose, he's servicing his own purpose. So he's not corrupt as far as corrupting his own values. But as far as the sport of boxing goes, dog, that dude is dirty as it comes, man. I thought about doing that with some of your videos. Man, please don't do that to me. Now you just gave motherfuckers an idea. God dog. I already got enough people stealing my videos, man. That shit irritates me, dude, but I don't watch it, so I've learned not to watch the videos, so it is what it is. Said the GOAT can do it organic very easy. Yeah, man, I don't buy subscribers. I'm really not trying to do the quick 1-minute video that gets a bunch of views and can snatch a bunch of subscribers. You know what I mean? Because there's tricks of the trade that will get your subscriber count up. But my problem is that everybody that I respect already knows those tricks. So when they see you using those tricks, they lose respect for you. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about that's people that are just creators. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to do that. And I know blood. I know blood boxing, dude. And blood boxing is somebody that as far as this boxing stuff goes, dude, I look up to blood boxing. I wouldn't want to play any type of tricks that would artificially inflate my subscriber count. And no blood boxing is looking at me like, man, that nigga Fannon is fucking buying subs. You know what I mean? How you get 10,000 extra subs this month, dog, and there ain't even no fucking boxing news out. How the fuck does that work? You know what I mean? Because you get your subscribers in ebbs and flows. But when you see people that got subscribers there's nothing happened in boxing and you picked up 10,000 subscribers this month, based on what? You bought views, you bought subscribers. And I don't want somebody looking at me thinking I did that. If I got 37,000 subscribers that I earned. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You can look at my live streams. No, people don't have people have 300,000 more videos, has 100,000, 200,000 more subscribers in the same and fewer people in the live streams. Have 4 or 5 times the subscribers, have the same number, have roughly the same number of views. I don't want somebody looking at my page and thinking that, because it's just not, for me, it's not worth it. Anyway, Junior B said, I know that's not your goal. I think it's a good constant video. Your integrity can't be questioned. Yeah, now that is something that does help. breaking it up and putting it in certain sections and stuff like that, because that is more content and it's making it more digestible. It's making what I'm doing more digestible to other people. And I think that is, and Jupiter B, I think that's a great idea. I do. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it at first. I thought that you meant take my videos that are like 10 minutes and turn them into like really quick 3-minute videos. And you have to be getting paid like PBC or not Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn would have to be paying me. Yeah, I need what, $4,000 a month to do that. Like, you'd have to pay me $5,000 a month to do that shit, to make it worth my time to do that. You know what I mean? My integrity is for sale, but for no less than $6,000 a month. You know what I mean? People trying to buy my integrity for $500 a month? Are you fucking kidding me? Like 500? You want me to sell my soul for $500 a month? That's $6,000 a year. I can't pay my fucking car note for $500. Like, that's not my car note. What the fuck are you gonna have? What, like, you know what I mean? Nah, homie, not doing it. But anyway, I'm out of here. I said best time to have a light with the channel is Tyson Fury's. Yeah, dude, this is a beautiful time. This is the wrong time for Tyson Fury to get busted, though, because that's all there is to talk about. And it's all there is to talk about. Anyway, if you don't stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. Body bags all day, man. But look, man, make sure y'all go to KQKC Boxing, who's probably already on, and with them out, much love, much respect. Shout out to the LDBC, because that's who I am. Respect new media and everybody else do, but I'm LDBC. Like my man BFTB said, we rise LDBC thoroughly all day, every day. And with that, we out. Peace.